The shots rang out in Silverado, terrorizing people inside the equestrian center, and now two people are being held as persons of interest. Eyewitness News Orange County Bureau Chief Eileen Frere is live at the scene with breaking details. Eileen?
And David, as you mentioned, at this hour, two people have been detained, considered by authorities as people of interest in connection with the shooting that took place at the Equestrian Center, which is down the street from us here. I think we have some shots that we can show you from Air 7 of the scene. An investigation well underway here. Now, one of the people who has been detained is a man who was found driving down Santiago Canyon Road here. He was detained earlier today. A woman has also been detained. She was in the home that is adjacent to the Equestrian Center. That home is where the authorities believe the shots were coming from. Now, deputies were called to Jackson Ranch Equestrian Center around 11 o'clock this morning after people reported shots being fired. Authorities say a mother managed to help three people believed to be children leave the center, but 7 to 8 other people, which included horseback riders there for their lessons, were told to stay in place in the Equestrian Center. The situation just too dangerous outside. Authorities say witnesses believe the shots, as I mentioned, were being fired from a property near Williams Canyon and Santiago Canyon Road, which is adjacent to the Equestrian Center. Now, SWAT officers arrived to help search that center. They also removed the riders who were trapped inside and were told to stay inside. We spoke with a 16-year-old girl who was inside getting her riding lessons, and this is how she described what happened.
Like every couple minutes, they'd hear gunshots. I didn't think much of it, but it eventually got worse when I left and they started hitting the trees, and like my trainer felt them brush beside her. My trainer came down, she's like, don't go out there, don't go out there. I was in shock that people were almost hitting us and the horses and the students.
Now, shortly after the shots were fired, authorities, as I mentioned, detained a man who was leaving the area. He was in a white compact car driving along Santiago Canyon Road. He got into a single-car collision. Again, they are calling him a person of interest. So far, his name has not been released. As I mentioned, a woman is also being detained. She was at the home where they believe the shots came from. It's not clear right now if the man and the woman who have been detained know each other, if there's any relationship there. But they are considered people of interest, and a search warrant, authorities are waiting on a search warrant so they can go through that home where they are detaining the woman, that home adjacent to the Equestrian Center where they believe the shots were fired. Fortunately, though, no one was injured in this incident. Reporting live from Silverado, Eileen Frere, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.